So you found a St. Patrick's niche idea that you would like to explore, but you don't even know how to even research for it or how to even go about figuring out what's working out there in the market. Then in this video, I'm going to show you a research process for specifically St. Patrick's Day and showing you how I would go about finding what's working, and as well as doing a whole design so I can show you the whole process from the whole research all the way to designing. So let's just get right into Etsy. Okay, so I love to start my research again in incognito windows because every time you go on Etsy and you keep searching the same thing, Etsy will just keep serving you the same type of things, and I like to have different ideas. So for this St. Patrick's research, again, if you haven't watched my St. Patrick's niche idea videos, then I'm going to be linking or leaving a link in the description below, because I kind of give you like a lot of ideas. But again, if I was doing the research for it, or when I'm doing research, even when I did the research for those niches, this is what I do. So I literally just type in St. Patrick's, let's say St. Patrick's Day shirt, because Etsy is already telling me, you know, people are probably searching that. So what I do is I just scroll, and whatever catches my eye, again, I just open it on another window. Like see, and just click on it, and you just kind of do this, right? So let's say I open those. This one is already a bestseller. And again, it's a personalized thing, like personalized last name, guys. And it's a comfort color. I mean, this shop literally put all these different things together. They put comfort colors and personalization and a holiday. I mean, those are three things that they put all in one thing. And that's why it's a bestseller. And we're not even at the peak season of people shopping for St. Patrick's Day. I mean, people are still barely even shopping. Whilst I'm recording this video, people are still shopping for Valentine's Day. So this just shows the power of, you know, putting things together that make sense, what it can do, right? So again, when you're searching for a holiday with so like much time in advance and there's no bestsellers yet, like this is what I would do. This one already has a bestseller. So for example, you know that this one is probably going to do really well when the masses are shopping for St. Patrick, because it's already a bestseller. 2 people bought it in the last 24 hours. Again, another way to know if an item will do well and it doesn't have like a bestseller yet, or it doesn't have like this many in the cart, is to look at the reviews, because these reviews show like reviews from previous time. You can literally go by like most recent. And again, obviously somebody just recently bought this, but let's say if somebody would have recently bought this, if they bought it like, you know, sometime like right before the holiday, that is a good indicator to let you know that, wow, this design sold really well, let's say last St. Patrick. So the likelihood of it selling really well again for this St. Patrick is really high. So again, reviews are a good indicator for you to know if an item, you know, will sell well again for the holiday. Another thing that you can do is down here, this usually tells you when it was last listed. So this could mean 2 things. Either A, the seller just listed the item like it's new, or B, it just recently sold. Based on this item, I'm going to say that this recently sold January 6th. And today, as I'm recording this video, is January 7th. So it literally sold yesterday. So again, that's kind of how I would do research to figure out what items will do well for that coming holiday. This one, let's see, this one is not a bestseller, right? But it already has 9 in the cart. And let's see, does it have any reviews? Yep, it has reviews. So again, this design is a good indicator that this will do really well again for St. Patrick's. And that's kind of how we'll do that. And then this one, either last sold on January 7th or it was last listed on January 7th. And same thing with, oh, we already saw that one. Literally do the same thing. Like you would just keep scrolling, you find something that you like, you open it, and you will do that same type of research that I just did. 9 views in the last 24 hours, there's many reviews, it last sold or last listed January 5th. And you will do that the same thing with every item that kind of catches your eye, because again, you're trying to gather data to see what type of stuff have done well in the past, so you can see when now you're bringing something into the market, you can base it off of like, okay, well, these items have done well, you know, how can I add them now to the niches that I'm thinking about designing for? Because again, you coming in and saying, well, I'm just gonna do some gnomes, or I'm just gonna do like ripping the design, right? This, or I'm just gonna do this what is it, this Irish, or what is the other one, put in this, like, you just ripping the design, it's not gonna help you. Like, A, you're copying, and B, like, it's already being done. You're not bringing anything new to the market. You're literally just looking at the information that I'm telling you to gather that, like, okay, this does really well, but now how can I make my own into the niches that I'm thinking about designing for? So I hope that that makes sense. So again, that's literally how I would do that. Anything that catches your eye, you just open it. And again, see, this one already has 20 plus in the cart. It has this many reviews, and it's sold last or listed January 5th. So you can do this, like, you can spend like hours, whatever time you need to do this, like, just keep doing this. You can even start going into, like, let's say you have an idea about what niche you're thinking about designing for. You can literally just type it into the search box and see what comes up, you know. And again, same thing. And you see, like, you're trying to see if there's anything, like for this one, there's nothing in the cart yet. Let's see, I don't see any reviews for it. And it was listed December 24th. But you will kind of just see, let me see, this one doesn't have it yet. Last listed December 15th. But you can do the same thing for, again, the niche that you're thinking about designing for. See what else you can find. Let's see, Nurse St. Patrick's. Oh, I guess okay, let's see. There's the stethoscope. This one has 14 in the cart already. And there is 7 reviews. And the last list is number 13. So again, see, and this one is like a nurse, like for nurses design. And again, it's the same concept you would do. Let's see what this one says. Oh, this one already has 9 in the cart. It has 21 reviews. Last listed or sold December 29th. So again, once you've done this, and again, I'm only doing this for a little bit because obviously I could literally do the screen recording all day and find so many more like niches or ideas. But again, I will literally spend as much time as you need to doing this. Do not skip this step. Do this for as long as you need to, so you can literally figure out what is it that you want to end up designing. Because again, you need to be researching. If you're going to be, let's say, going into a niche that's new to you, like for example, this nurses, like, you need to go study this niche. Like, and then what I will do is, like, let's say I like this design is cool. I will literally see if I could study that shop and see what other, like, let's say St. Patrick's design that shop has, because you need to really learn that niche and figure out what works in that niche. So that's why this process is so crucial and it's so important, and you cannot skip it. And you can't just do it for, like, let's say I did this 5 seconds, I looked at this, and then I'm going to go and design. Like, no, you need to do this for hours and hours and hours and study so many different things. And also you can even go and get out of Etsy and go study other, you know, for example, if you go on Target or Walmart or whatever you go, and they're already starting to have St. Patrick's Day stuff out. Look at it. What is it about it? You know, colors, patterns, fonts, placement. Like, you gotta just kind of look everywhere that you go. You know, if you see any other retailers that you sell from, what are they already, you know what I mean, selling for? Like, what items do they already have? Like, what does those items look like? So it's not just on Etsy, it's just looking at inspiration and things that you see everywhere, because those are also items that people want. So again, I'm doing this kind of like, seems like quickly. It's just because I'm just trying to show you like the beginning steps of it. But I will literally spend hours doing this. And once I did this, I will literally go to other places. Like, let's say Target. I don't know if Target already has St. Patrick's stuff out, because I'm doing this super early. But like, you can literally, again, you're just scrolling and seeing what, you know, again, teaching your eyes, teaching your brains to see what, you know, is doing well. You can literally do this with any online retailer that you follow or that you buy from. I love Pink Lily. I love to buy their stuff. So I always follow what they do. I don't know if they have St. Patrick's stuff yet, but I know they have Valentine's Day stuff. But again, you can literally go and study whatever is the holiday that they have. Like right now they have Valentine's Day. I'm a little early doing for St. Patrick's. But like, let's say if this was St. Patrick's, right? You will literally just go click on it and again, scroll through everything and look at the patterns, look at the colors, look at everything, just soaking all that in, and you're studying all of that. So I will literally do this for hours and hours and hours, because the point is for you to train your eyes again and your brain to learn what people want. So when you go to designing, it's so much faster to do. Again, I'm only giving you like a little bit of it, because again, I could literally, this screen recording could be a whole day, a whole night. But I just want you to do this process over and over and over and over and over again, over and over again, into like, you just like get it so good ingrained in your brain and in your eyes that you know exactly what to do. So now that we kind of did this, now I'm going to go into Canva and show you, let's say, what I would do design wise for like a specific niche in Canva. And this is kind of how my process works. You can literally start with the font first or the elements. It's up to you. I'm going to start with the elements because I'm kind of looking for some little, I don't know, shamrocks. Let's see what I find. It was a little, so I just kind of do that. And again, when you click on something that you like, sorry, if I click on it, it will offer you, like if you click on the magic recommendations, it will offer you more items. So then you can try to like match it if you want. And then you end up with similar or the same type of design from that person. So again, like if I do that and then I click on this, it will recommend me some other, oh, now that I see this gnomes, like now these gnomes are giving me some ideas, because you saw gnomes, right? So let's see. So for example, right, let's say I like this gnome. I'm gonna click on this, see if I can find some other gnomes that are similar to that gnome. So let's see. This one, maybe, or this one. Okay. And let's see what other gnomes pop up. What if I want to do another gnome? That's kind of how I do this, guys. Let's go back to, where's that gnome? I don't think it was here. Okay, so I have this one. What about that one? Let's see if I this one's a little too, this one doesn't have legs. I'm trying to match them all with for them to have feet. So sometimes you kind of have to play around and see what you can find. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so now I'm going to try to center this, move them a little bit so there's a little bit of space in between them, kind of. Let me see. I want to flip this, you can do something like that. And then I want text. And hold on, I don't know. Okay, so, and again, phrases and things, again, I just kind of know how to come up with them because I've been doing this for so long that it just makes it easier. But again, you can always go on Google and search, let's say, funny St. Patrick's nurse, nurse sayings or something like that, whatever it is that you're doing, and then you can kind of come up, you can look at this and see what pops up. Again, you always want to make sure that you're checking that it's not trademark. I just kind of, my brain is kind of being trained because I've been doing this for so long that I kind of know. But again, that's kind of how I do it. Or again, the more research that you do, the more that you'll know what phrases work or what you can do that's clever and cutesy and things like that. This font is a retro font that I got from Creative Fabrica. It's called Peace and Love. I love using it. It works really well. So again, you look at this and you're like, okay, but that phrase, caring for the cutest little gnomes, is not like St. Patrick-y. But again, guys, I'm taking the St. Patrick vibe with the little gnomes. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, sometimes your phrases doesn't have to say something specific to that holiday. Like, it don't, just because it's St. Patrick, it doesn't have to say like lucky or shamrocks. It can, but again, it's all about creating that vibe of that holiday. So this whole vibe is, if you look at this design, it is giving St. Patrick's vibes, even though I didn't put something specifically about it. And again, if you want to change the color to match the color of the font to match the color of the graphics, you can literally, sometimes you can find it down here. So I can just literally like click on this and see like if I wanted to make this green, or if I wanted to make it like more, like you can do it here. It pops over here on the photo colors. Or sometimes you can literally go here on the add a new color and click on this little drops, and you can also grab it from here. Like, see how that changes? So that's how you can do it too. So let's see what I'm liking. I think I just like it in this dark. I think putting it in the green, it would just create, I don't know, like it just, maybe it just gets lost. So again, then once I'm happy with the design, you can download it as a PNG background. And again, guys, one design can turn into so many different templates. Like, I can literally duplicate this and I can change the phrase. Let's say caring for the cutest, I don't know, maybe shamrocks, or you can literally just tweak things about the phrases. Or I can come in and come back and let's change the gnomes. Maybe I can create, maybe I can add, maybe I can keep the same phrase but change the gnomes. So one design can turn into so many different design variations. So that's how I would do that. And then once I'm happy with this design, I would just download it as a transparent background, and then I will add it into a mockup. And I will get the mockup, have it into Canva. I will bring the design over. Again, you do not want to leave this transparency to 100% because this is not realistic. It's not going to look like this, and you're going to get a lot of complaints. When it comes to white shirts, especially when you're doing like black font or anything dark, I feel like the color really gets soaked in. So I like to do my transparency to like 75%. And then also the design is not going to be this big. So I make it a lot smaller because again, you want to make it as realistic as possible to what the customer is going to get. Also, placement. The design cannot be this high because even on Printify, actually Printify, because it doesn't let you put it that high, but either way, it's not going to be this high. It's not going to be this low. So I usually like to eyeball it. Oh, why I keep doing this? Okay. Really? Okay. So like right here, kind of like not too high, not too low, right, and kind of like in between like the armpit. And then again, sometimes you have to kind of angle it, like move it a little bit so it kind of matches as perfect, because obviously it's not going to be like this, right? It's not going to be like this. So make it as close as possible to what the customer is going to get. That's the name of the game here. And then once you're happy with it, I like to download this as JPEGs, because sometimes when you do PNGs, the file might be too big to add into Etsy. So once you're happy with this, then you'll go and do the whole listing on Etsy. But this is how I will do the whole design process and adding it into a mockup. So I hope that this was helpful. So you made it to the end of this video, and again, if you're still struggling with how do we even go about picking a niche, then I'm going to be linking this video next, because on that video I literally do a whole walkthrough through the whole brainstorming all the way to how to find niches that work for you, but you can also make money from. See you on the next one.